Well, hello again to all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching. Georgia Beer Reviews back at you today with another one. And what I'm looking at is the Shiner Light Blonde. Sorry for the glare there. Shiner Light Blonde. It is brewed by Spoetzl Brewing Company in Shiner, Texas. It's 99 calories. It was introduced in 2011. 4.2% alcohol, 9 IBUs. I don't think I've ever had this beer. I've had a lot of Shiner beers over the years. I typically don't drink light beer, so I wasn't, seeking this out in particular. But I did get a single and a mixture on 6-pack. I figured I'd go ahead and give it a try. It is a twist off. All right. There's your pour. Got some nice bubbles streaming up the glass, poured with about a finger and a half. White, frothy head. Looks like a typical light beer in a glass or a typical lager. Straw to light golden color. Like I said, a lot of bubbles going up the glass there. The aroma, light malt character, clean water, maybe a touch of hops. Just really not getting too much on the aroma. Light beers, I really have a hard time picking up on the subtle nuances between these different light beers. I don't drink them a lot, and they're definitely not my go-to. They're just a little too light for me. It does say on the back, this 99-calorie addition to the Spoetzl family of beers is brewed with the same handcrafted small batch pride you expect from Shiner, delivering a unique light beer. Okay, there's really not anything on the back of the label that is very relevant here. It does say 0.7 grams of protein, 3.8 carbs, 99 calories, 0 fat. So yeah, it's a pretty light beer. Right there with like Mick Ultra. I think Bud Light might be 99. Bud Light, Miller Light are right there at 100. So it's right there in that range, a very light beer. Okay, so really not getting too much on the aroma, like I said, just a little bit of malt character, maybe a touch of the hops, some bready notes, clean water. I mean, there's not too much there. So without further ado, let's get into this brew. Cheers, guys. Palate follows the nose. Nice and malty up front, getting some nice bread notes in the middle. Not very toasted, just like some white bread notes in the middle of the sip. The body is light. The carbonation is medium. It's crisp. It's clean. It's refreshing. It's dry. The sessionability is through the roof at 4.2% alcohol. You could drink these things all day, and that's obviously what they're going for with this type of beer. They're trying to compete with Miller Lite, Bud Light, Coors Light, and I think this is right there in quality with those beers, maybe even a little bit better. Yeah, very clean and crisp and refreshing. Super light though, nothing really much else to say about it other than it's light and bready, slightly hoppy on the finish to balance it out because it is more malt forward initially. Um, very clean, very easy drinking, and I would highly recommend it to anybody that is a light beer lover. Um, this definitely competes with the big names, the big boys: Miller Lite, Coors Light, Bud Light, Miller High Life Light. It's just as good, if not better, than all of those. I think for the style, it's probably like a 97, 98 out of 100, but I personally don't give light beers anything over a 94 just because they're too light, too watery. I don't really care for them, but that's not to disparage the light beer style. It's just a little too light for my personal preference. I think this is an excellently made light beer, and it's just as good as any of the other ones that I've had, if not better. And the highest I give light beers is 94 out of 100. That's what this is going to get. It's a 94 out of 100. It's a solid A light beer. I will not buy it again because I don't particularly care for these beers, but if you're into this style, it is just as good as any of them. Very well made. So good job, Spoetzl Brewing Company out of Shiner, Texas. They've been doing this for a long time. This is a very popular beer now, the light blonde in their lineup, but seems to sell pretty well around here. I see it all the time. Like I said, the only reason I haven't bought it in the past is because I've only seen it in the six packs. I've never been able to buy a single, but I finally was able to pick up a single in the pick your own six pack configuration at the Little Giant Farmers Market here in Newnan, Georgia, which is a little grocery chain. There's a few of them around here. I don't know how far they go, but they definitely are pretty popular here in Georgia. So, and they have a great pick your own six pack variety. You can break down any six pack of bottles that the price ends in 69, 99, 89, whatever. Any six pack you can break up and make your own. So it's pretty cool, the selection that they have there and the value. So 94 out of 100, a solid A light beer. Buy it, try it, check it out. Let me know what you guys think. That'll do it for this beer review. Hope you're all having a great day. And until next time, everybody, cheers.